Hi nannies! Today we're going to dive into a really important question which I get all the time. What should nannies ask at the end of their nanny interview with a family or an agency? This is really important, so stay tuned and we'll go over some great tips. If we haven't met before, I'm Michelle Kelsey, founder of the Nanny Solution by Nannies on Call. Each week I bring you new videos to educate and inspire you to get better jobs and make more money. Let's dive right into it today. I often get asked, what should I ask at the end of every interview? And one of the things that often gets said is, they explained everything, I didn't have any questions. And I think you can always find a question to ask. So let's go over some questions that you can have prepared, ready, written down, so that when you go to the interview, you can tick them off, cross them off, and then you'll know what you have left to ask at the end of the interview with the family. Interviewing with a family isn't just about them interviewing you and getting information about who you are and what your nanny skills are. It's also about you interviewing them, making sure that you are a good fit for this family, making sure you are interested in this job. You do not have to take every job that comes your way, and it's really important that if you want to have a good fit for a long-term job, that you ask some of these questions during the nanny interview. Lots of families don't know what information to give you. That's another question we get from families all the time. They don't know what to tell a nanny that they need other than the hours and the days. So it's up to you to come prepared. Let's start with number one. Number one is understanding the family and their childcare expectations. A great question under this category might be, can you describe a typical day for your children? This will give you a really good idea of what the children do all day and what's going to be expected of you to do. Do they stay home all day and play with their puzzles and their toys, maybe in a basement playroom? Or do they go outside, go for long walks, go to the park, play on the swings? If you're an outdoor nanny and this family describes a typical day of playing in the downstairs playroom, going outside to the backyard, you are probably going to lose your mind very quickly if they don't allow you to take the children out to the park or for a walk or into the forest. So make sure it aligns with what you're looking to do all day, every day. Another question might be, what are the values you'd like to instill in your children? Does this family expect please and thank yous and good manners? Or is this the type of family who doesn't say no to their children? Knowing what they expect for their children and how they're being raised is really important to make sure you're aligned with this family. Number two, child development and engagement. Questions like, are there any specific educational goals for your children? Or how can I best support your children's hobbies and interests? If they want their children sitting down and doing book homework, or are they the type of family who prefers you to go out and learn in nature, looking at spiders and ants and the bark on the tree? There are different types of educational goals, and you want to make sure that it fits with what you're looking for and you're comfortable teaching the children in the method that the parents choose. Number three, and this is a big one, I think, and one of the biggest complaints we get. Questions like, how do you handle discipline and behavior issues, will really help you understand how the parents parent. Because lots of nannies call and complain that they're told to discipline the child, tell them no, take away a toy, and then as soon as mom and dad come home, they're given that toy, that TV time, whatever it is. And so you want to make sure you're on the same page as the parents so that you can maintain a consistent environment for the children and making sure that aligns with what you like to do. If parents just let their children get away with everything and there's no discipline, you might have a problem with this, and it's going to leave you frustrated and ready to quit your job in less than a month. Number four, health, safety, and nutrition. It's a bigger one, but really important. Things like, do the children have allergies? Are there any foods they do not bring into the home? These are things you need to know about before you start working there. Asking questions like this will show that you prioritize children's health and safety. Number five, flexibility, working hours, and expectations. You want to make sure you're on the same page as the parents regarding working hours. Asking questions like, what are the expected working hours? Do you have any expectation for me to work occasionally evenings and weekends? And then setting your boundaries for what you're willing to do. I keep my weekends to myself, so I won't be available for weekends if that's what you need, if that's the answer they give. You want to make sure you're aligned. Are they going to require that you be flexible in your schedule? Come in at 9 a.m. one day and 10 a.m. the next. leave at 5 p.m. one day, 6 p.m. the next. Does that work for you? It's up to you to make a decision on what works, but you need to ask all the questions so you know what the family expects based on the hours, the pay, and the flexibility. Number 6, support and resources. Does the family have any memberships, or are they part of any clubs? Asking questions about memberships will help you plan and know what activities you have available to you during the day. Contract and employment details. We generally say at the first meeting, talking about pay isn't necessarily the time. It's like being on a first date and asking if they want to get married. So you want to see how you feel about the person first and see if you're on the same page about all the things we went over already. But you do want to know, are they open to having a contract? Are there certain things they put in a contract? Have they had a contract in the past or a nanny in the past? Could you see that contract or the outline of that contract? So you know what you're getting into before you go too far down the road with this family. If you're working with an agency, of course, they handle all the negotiation and the contract details. At least at the Nanny Solution, we handle that all for the nannies. So they don't even need to talk about the contract. We handle that, and we handle the pay negotiations and all the benefits. We always help each nanny make sure they have this. But if you're going it alone, make sure you bring it up during the interview. Too many nannies are posting saying they don't have a contract, and that's because they didn't talk about it in the interview. Number 8 is family and nanny relationship. Asking, has this family had a nanny in the past? What was the relationship like? What kind of interaction is expected of you? Because it's different for each family. Some families, nannies complain they're treated like one of the help. Other families treat you like a member of the family. And it's all up to what level you're interested in having with that family. So finding out a little bit about past dynamics, how they feel about the nanny, what level of relationship they want, how much discussion there is in and outside. Some nannies go to birthday parties and family events, while others would never think of that. So figuring out what this family wants from you in terms of that relationship and how comfortable you are with that level of relationship. Remember, asking the right questions during an interview can reveal a lot about the potential of working with that family. Make sure you're prepared and ready with your questions written down, prepared, and that way you can get the most out of the interview and know if the family is a good fit for you. If there's any other questions you ask, please comment down below so other nannies can learn from you. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos. We'll see you next week, and have a great week.